Okay, so this is my second take to make this video. I just made another one the first time, and I know it was way too long, so I'm going to do my best to just stick to the point, stick to what's relevant, because I rambled on in the other video, just like I'm doing now. So what is this? This is a personal share. This is the post Bindu stabilization, blah, 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 integration, Kundalini completing her upward rising process. She never is quite done. But anyway, so what happens next? Well, Christ. Yeah, the shit's getting real. And the title of this video is going to be personal share, chop wood, carry water, ugh, or something like that. Yeah, and it's exactly true. The same. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. And I'm not saying enlightenment has happened here because I have a different definition, but let's just say awakening and a stabilization, or work integrating to be more stable and stable every day. So yeah. So what happens after all of that, after Kundalini process and awakening and a little bit of embodied stabilization? What happens? Nothing. Absolutely freaking nothing. You are faced, you're in a probation period for sure, but you are being faced with your ordinary life. You end up right back where you started in the beginning of the spiritual journey. You know, when you thought your life was going to be so much better after awakening, after enlightenment. Yeah, everything's going to be love, bliss, and, you're going to be a service to the world and blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm here to tell you that is not the journey. You end up right back into your ordinary life dealing with shite. Okay. This is what they mean: chop wood, carry water after enlightenment. This is a test. This is your probation period. And not that after the probation period, love, bliss happens, no. This is the time where your task is to walk your talk. And can you walk your talk without all the phenomenon that Kundalini Shakti provided you? All that phenomenon, the visions, the light, the loving energies, and like the wow, and the emanation. Not that you don't have emanation now, but the emanation of energies and all that good stuff were like little carrots to keep you going. It's very exciting for the ego, but the ego, mind, and personality I'm using interchangeably. And when I say mind, I mean lower mind, meaning ego, personality. It's great, keeps the mind going on the journey. But after awakening, it all goes away and you're stuck with nothing. Now, can you walk your talk when you're not having lights in your head, flashes and visions and all this good feeling? Yeah, this is a real challenge. And I have to say, the phone is going to ring. Let me shut it off. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is the challenge. And I have to say, and what I'm going to be expressing is what's been arising in the personality. The personality does not like what is happening. It is not happy with just living my ordinary, simple, very boring life. Not happy at all. And it is fighting tooth and nail. And let's see, where do I start? So yeah, it doesn't like the fact that, like, I've isolated myself again and I'm not doing much of anything. I'm not doing anything, just doing stuff around the house. Now, let me just say, first of all, my external life is beautiful. Thank you to people out there who are in my life. Thank you. And I have a beautiful life. And to me, this is confirmation. This is the universe saying, yeah, you're in alignment, right? The cosmos is taking care of you. Don't worry. But my personality, my ego mind is like, no, you're not. Everything's not all right because you're not out there being of service and no one's recognizing you and blah, blah, blah. And you're worthless because you're not doing anything. You're not adding to the whatever. You're not adding to the benefit of consciousness and people at blah, blah. I mean, it has been non fucking stop. And yeah, it has really, and to be honest, this has been happening since childhood. I've never had ambition or motivation to become anything. And while I was in this spiritual journey, this path, Kundalini, whatever, my little ego personality was like, yeah, God, I'm so happy. I'm willing to be a nobody in order to awaken. Well, awakening happens and I am a nobody, and my personality does not like it. It wants to be recognized. I mean, like, that's the whole basis of the ego personality. It's built on, I have to be seen. I'm here to be seen and I'm here to do something. And so we're really working at the base structure of this ego construct. And while it was willing to be a nobody, because while it was saying, I'm willing to be a nobody, as long as I'm still getting visions and having experiences and all this sort of stuff. But once identification from here shifted to here, true self, I'm probably not making any sense. And really, it really became a nobody because shift of identification. I'm like, oh, I'm not you. Whatever. It is like fighting tooth and nail. I know I'm not making much sense. Yeah. So what's been coming up is I'm looking at the deep ingrained condition from childhood that we all have of our need to be seen and confirmed by the outer world, to do something to earn your keep on this planet, to have a purpose. Like, you have to know your purpose. You have to get out there and you have to be of service. And for fuck's sake, the whole spiritual community is like, oh, you have to be of service. How can I serve? And the fucking Gene Keys tells you, I mean, you're so conditioned. And I'm here to tell you, don't let this happen to you. Because when a spiritual awakening settles in and you have it, you're going to realize that is all ego conditioning. And that's not really what we're here to do. Anyway, I'm going off track. So that's what I've been dealing with, having to look at and what that forms is that need to be seen, then creates this patina of your desires in the world. And so that's what I've been forced to look at. What are your desires and your motivation for everything that you do and you think that you want to do? And it's been humiliating and humbling to really look at myself and say, yeah, I guess the only reason why I did that. And I mean, yes, I enjoy doing this, but there was this underlying desire to be noticed, to be seen, to get the accolades, to get the likes, whatever. And that tarnishes the whole thing. So that's what I've been looking at. It's been humbling. The resistance to an ordinary life from the ego mind has created deep depression. Now, I know some of you out there may know me, you hear me talk about it, and you may not recognize it. And I go, oh yeah, I'm okay. And I can be distracted by doing stuff around the house or whatever. But really, it has created one of the deepest depression times of my life. Just all this mind chatter about how worthless I am because I'm not doing what's wrong with you. This is the talk from the mind. You have no purpose. Why were you even born if you aren't doing anything? This is the talk. And while absolutely I have awareness of this going on, so I do have some space. I am witnessing this. True self is seeing this. Because these thoughts have been so conditioned since the very beginning. I mean, like I said, I've had no motivation my whole life to become anybody because my path has been different, right? It's been very difficult for me to create that big divide, to really break myself from it. However, there has been some space in the last 2 days. That's why I'm here. I'm able to get a little bit of life force energy, a little motivation to share this with you. But it is a very difficult, ingrained thing in me. I'm just, I was kind of born a nobody. I grew up a nobody. I've always been a nobody. And then you think, yeah, I'm willing to be a nobody to awaken. And it's very difficult to live being a nobody in this world. Yeah. But I'm also recognizing that I think what I'm seeing is there is some loneliness coming up too. So I have to find some balance in my life. So these are the things that I've been looking at. Deep depression, no more phenomena, no more experiences. This is the test about, can you live, walk your talk, your awakening. Excuse me, I need some water. This is about stabilizing. It's about constantly reorienting yourself back, your attention back to true self. It's a habit. This is about releasing the old habit of being in the mind and allowing it to control you, and moving attention back to true self and letting that be your driving force. And this is an integration process that takes years. This is why, excuse me, I don't know what's happening. This is why they say in many, like in the Buddhist tradition, many of the traditions where they say, yeah, after awakening, great, you're awakened. Now wait 7 to 10 years to integrate all this, to fully stabilize yourself so that you are constantly resting your attention in true self. Maybe I'm not supposed to be saying this all the time. Yeah, this is the work. And it's about living an ordinary life, not trying to become somebody. I have to say, our little egos, been so conditioned by particularly social media. It's really tough. So I'm going to put this on pause. I think I'm having like a terrible thing here. Yeah, so that's that. That's what has been going on with me. So it hasn't been all fluffy and beautiful. I mean, obviously, there's all that peace and that too. But yeah, stuff is still continuing to come up. This has been one of the more difficult times. And it's really testing my faith and my trust in this journey. Yeah. So just know. And I love the confirmation and the synchronicity. I woke up and I felt, oh, today's the day to do this video. I felt the flow of energy towards this. no resistance. You know, where I'm sharing with you that after awakening, all the phenomena goes away and you end up back into your ordinary life. And true spiritual journey is about walking your talk while you're not trying to become somebody other than what you are, living your ordinary life, living amongst us humans, us peons, the peasants, interacting with all the other peasants. And can you really keep your attention and your identification in your true self? That is work. It's not fun. Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that's oh yeah. So the synchronicity was that I get to the computer and I see, oh, well, one of my past teachers, Jan Esman, has put up a 2-minute video saying the same thing. Yeah, he can say it in 2 minutes and it's taking me 20. So there you go. No bells and whistles. It's been a little difficult. I'm still working on looking at desires, motivations behind everything I do. And yeah, looking at this constant need of the personality for self-reference, self-confirmation and affirmation. That's a really tough one to see in yourself. Yeah. And if you think you don't have it, you do. Anyway, so that's my personal share. Hope it wasn't too long. Okay.